Good morning, and welcome to RAP's Empty Offices. My name is Kurt Erickson, and I have the pleasure of serving as president of the nonprofit Washington Regional Alcohol Program, or RAP. For those of you who don't know us, RAP is a 38-year-old coalition of diverse interests using effective education, innovative programs, and targeted advocacy to end alcohol-impaired driving and underage drinking in the Washington, D.C. metro area. RAP, however, may best be known to area residents, however, via the organization's popular free Safe Ride service to prevent drunk driving, Sober Ride. And while the continuing COVID-19 pandemic has prevented us from gathering in person today for this, RAP's single largest annual event, I nonetheless welcome you to RAP's virtual 23rd Annual Law Enforcement Awards. While COVID may have altered the course of many things this year, it has not prevented us from the important task of honoring those law enforcement professionals leading the local fight against drunk driving in 2020. Helping us do just that are this year's valued Law Enforcement Award sponsors, who include the Beer Institute, Breakthrough Beverage, the Foundation for Advancing Alcohol Responsibility, Geico, George Washington University Hospital, Glory Days Grill, Interstate Moving Relocation Logistics, Lyft, and PAS Systems International. To help laud these local public safety champions, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you today's online Master of Ceremonies. You know her as NBC Washington's trusted and an Emmy Award-winning traffic reporter, and where you can watch her each morning on News 4 Today as she helps Greater Washington residents navigate the area's highways, byways, and parkways. Helping RAP navigate this, our 23rd annual and now virtual Law Enforcement Awards, and kindly reprising her valued role from the last 5 years, please join me in welcoming today's MC, Melissa Millay.
Thank you, Kurt, and good morning. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here. I know it's a little bit different this year, all of us kind of watching from home. I'm down in my basement where I am every day working for Channel 4. So excuse me as I look down just a little bit here. No teleprompter at home, unfortunately. So I want to get into the program and start thanking all of the people that make our roadways so safe. So again, welcome to RAP's 2020 event. Yes, it is virtual, but that's okay. We're going to make it work anyway. This morning, and for the 23rd consecutive year, the nonprofit RAP will be honoring these local law enforcement professionals who just go above and beyond the call of duty, some of them year after year. So to get this morning's event off to a great start, I'd like to introduce you to someone who is no stranger to anyone who has attended the event in recent years. He is soon to be a 7th-term U.S. Congressman representing Virginia's 11th District, which includes Fairfax County, Prince William County, and of course the city of Fairfax. Prior to his election to Congress, he served 14 years in the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, including 5 years as its chairman. Without further ado, and with today's official welcoming remarks for today's event, please join me in welcoming our dear RAP friend, Congressman Representative Jerry Connolly.
Thanks for that wonderful introduction, Melissa. I was quite surprised and humbled to receive this year's Public Service Award. It's always been my privilege to work with RAP and do everything possible to keep our streets and residents safe. It's always been an honor to kick off the Holiday Sober Ride program and to recognize the tremendous work of our local law enforcement agencies and those officers who serve on the front lines in this campaign against drunk driving. Though we have to host this year's program virtually, it's vital we highlight the life-saving work you all do. Thanks to your efforts, particularly the Regional Checkpoint Strike Force Initiative, we continue to chip away at this threat and have a lower accident and fatality rate than our counterparts across the nation. With another holiday season upon us, I also want to congratulate RAP on the success of its Sober Ride program, which continues to grow with each passing year and more effective every year as well. In fiscal year 2020, RAP was successful in removing 2,243 potential drunk drivers from Greater Washington's roadways through just 2 RAP Sober Ride campaigns, which were their Halloween and holiday campaigns. This also includes posting a record level of ridership for Halloween, which is the most ever in Sober Ride's 27-year history. Congratulations. This year, RAP reached the 80,000 served level of total ridership for RAP's Sober Ride program. Incredible. That means 80,000 free or reduced cost saved rides home to would-be drunk drivers in the greater Washington area. Between 2016 and 2019, Sober Ride's annual ridership nearly tripled. I thank RAP, its taxi service partners, and the sponsors who provide the financial resources that make this incredible program so possible. The Sober Ride program is only one of many efforts by RAP to reduce impaired driving. While our efforts in this region have resulted in a reduction of alcohol-related traffic fatalities, we know that even one person losing his or her life because of drunk or impaired driving is one too many. For the past 38 years, RAP has brought regional leaders and law enforcement agencies together to provide an invaluable public service that's improving safety throughout our community. None of this would have been possible without the steadfast leadership and dedication of my good friend Kurt Erickson. Thank you for your leadership, Kurt. You've been our inspiration. Your efforts have truly saved lives. In closing, I'd like to congratulate the law enforcement professionals who are being honored this year by RAP. It was my pleasure to enter a statement into the congressional record commending each of you for your service, and we've provided copies for each of the honorees today. Again, thank you, RAP, for all that you do. You are saving lives, and it means a lot to the families involved, especially in the holiday season. God bless all of you. Stay well, stay safe.
Thank you, Congressman Connolly. Now, according to RAP's preliminary 2020 How Safe Are Our Roads report, an annual publication RAP produces in partnership with the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, the Greater Washington region is still annually arresting 14,000 people for driving under the influence every year. That's just an unbelievable amount of people. This is greater than the populations of Fairfax Station and Upper Marlboro combined being arrested every single year. Drunk driving, as we all know, is 100% preventable public health and public safety issue, and it's through today's awardees that we can fight this and aim to make impaired driving less tragic and more historic. On a more positive note, RAP believes it's very important to recognize area law enforcement officers for their hard work and dedication in the fight against impaired driving. Now, to that end, here is the moment you've all been waiting for, RAP's 2020 Law Enforcement Awards of Excellence for Impaired Driving Prevention. So here we go. A well-deserving honoree has been nominated by the Chief of Police or Sheriff from each jurisdiction listed in the Washington metro area. In addition to a plaque from RAP, all honorees will receive a pair of complimentary Washington Nationals tickets, courtesy of the Nationals, as well as a $25 gift card to Glory Days Grill, courtesy of Glory Days Grill. Now, as many of you know, RAP's Law Enforcement Awards of Excellence for Impaired Driving Prevention have a very special meaning and are annually bestowed in memory of Metropolitan Motor Patrol Officer Anthony W. Sims. During Memorial Day weekend of 1996, Officer Sims was struck by an impaired driver and later passed away from the injuries he sustained in that accident. Ironically, he was working on a special holiday assignment looking for impaired drivers at the time of the incident. Let us now begin this year's award ceremony. Our first awardee has been an instrumental part of the Alexandria Police Department's enforcement efforts during the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. During the past 9 months, this new officer has been on solo patrol, proactively looking for impaired drivers, resulting in a half-dozen total arrests. With his bilingual abilities, he routinely assists other officers that are investigating impaired drivers, assisting in prosecution. With his dependable work ethic and commitment to community safety, it's clear this officer deserves to be recognized for all his efforts. Please join me in congratulating Officer Angelo Suarez of the Alexandria Police Department. This next awardee is touted by his agency's brass as being a true professional in the department due to his commitment to training, detecting impaired drivers, and preparing for courtroom testimony. This officer has made a dozen DUI arrests while working both midnight patrol and Alliance for Substance Abuse Prevention saturation patrols. His certifications include standard field sobriety test instructor, drug recognition expert, and Department of Criminal Justice Services instructor. Based on these merits, this awardee embodies the mission statement and core values of the department and deserves to be recognized for these achievements. Please join me in congratulating Officer Anthony Gatto of the Arlington County Police Department. Fairfax County Police Department. These next awardees are an elite group of officers dedicated to public safety. Representing a cross-section of their agency, they are responsible for the impaired driving prevention and enforcement program, leading to an increase in impaired driver arrests and a decrease in impaired driving crashes. While each of these nominees has a different assignment, they all make a significant contribution to the overall reduction of alcohol and drug-impaired driving in the county. Achievement highlights of the officers include overseeing all of the department's programs related to DWI enforcement, detailed data collections, successful apprehension of impaired drivers, strong leadership roles, and much more. These highly skilled individuals exhibit the teamwork and strategy needed for drunk driving prevention. Overall, these awardees' achievements contribute to less threats from impaired drivers in the community. Please join me in congratulating the Fairfax County Police Department's Second Lieutenant Jason Long, his second year receiving this honor, Police Officer First Class Brian Donahue, and Police Officer First Class Sergio Andrade. Our next awardee is a third-year recipient of this award. Praised for his unwavering dedication, this awardee's outstanding achievements reflect his devotion to community safety. From this past year, this officer has led his department with a total of 60 DWI arrests, as well as the arrest of 42 individuals for various drug and alcohol-related offenses. Since joining the department in January of 2018, he has led the way in removing dangerous drivers from the city's roadways. His unwavering enthusiasm shines in the department and contributes to the overall roadway safety. Please join me in congratulating, in his third year receiving this honor, Officer Bryce Cooper of the City of Falls Church Police Department. Our next awardee has been with the Fairfax City Police Department for 3 years and has distinguished himself as a leader for his devotion to public safety. This past year alone, this officer has led his department with a total of 12 DUI arrests, as well as performed 5 targeted alcohol enforcement details. In addition to his alcohol enforcement duties, he's also a defensive tactics instructor, field training officer, and an honor guard member. His unwavering enthusiasm shines in the department and contributes to the city's overall roadway safety. Please join me in congratulating Private First Class Zachary Davis of the City of Fairfax Police Department. The next nominee has consistently been praised as one of the top producing officers in DUI, DUID detection and enforcement. For his department, he made a total of 20 DUI arrests this year alone and has a total of over 68 DUI arrests throughout his career since joining in September 2017. Due to his commitment and success, he'll be taking on additional departmental duties, including the training of new officers in DUI detection. Clearly, this nominee should be recognized for all his impaired driving prevention efforts. Please join me in congratulating, in his second year of receiving this honor, Private First Class Jonathan Hevner of the Town of Herndon Police Department. Our next awardee has been employed with the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office for almost 2 years and is currently assigned to A Squad nights at the Eastern Loudoun Station. Prior to his arrival at LCSO, he completed 16 years of service at the Washington Metropolitan Transit Authority, where he received numerous awards and recognition. Due to his tireless efforts this past year, this nominee has made 21 DUI arrests. In addition, his enforcement efforts are reflected in his response to 2,043 calls for service, 570 traffic stops where 1 or more citations were issued, and 134 total arrests. Lauded by his supervisor as an incredibly hard worker, his commitment to law enforcement daily protects Loudoun County roadways. Please join me in congratulating Deputy First Class Mark Cericchio of the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office. A previous recipient of this honor in 2016, 2018, and 2019, our next awardee distinguishes himself in the Maryland State Police. An ambitious and committed professional, he embodies the core values of the department. Just this year alone, this trooper's efforts resulted in an impressive 140 DUI arrests, in addition to 1,343 citations and 106 warnings. In the last 6 years, he's made over 750 DUI arrests. Furthermore, he has distinguished himself not only in his efforts and enforcement duties, but his court testimony, report writing, and trial preparation skills. Due to his unwavering perseverance and expertise, this awardee truly deserves to be recognized for keeping the roadways safe from danger. Please join me in congratulating Trooper First Class Anthony Wallace of the Maryland State Police. Our next awardee is considered a great asset to the District of Columbia's Metropolitan Police Department, its programs, and public safety initiatives. Since December 2005, this officer has continued to represent the department with great distinction and is currently assigned to the 7th District Crime Suppression Team. As of this year, this awardee has made 36 DUI, DWI related arrests, in addition to more than 400 moving violations, ensuring that impaired drivers aren't on DC roadways. Aside from impaired driver enforcement, he routinely collaborates with the D.C. Office of the Attorney General and assists with providing sworn testimony in judicial proceedings. Overall, his passion and abilities to detect impaired drivers have reduced the threats such present to public and road safety. Please join me in congratulating Officer Roderick Saunders of the Metropolitan Police Department. This next awardee is a long-serving officer with a sustained history of excellent performance. She's an invaluable resource due to her expertise and knowledge of up-to-date procedures regarding impaired driving. This year alone, our next awardee has issued 657 Virginia uniform summonses and 38 arrests, of which 14 were DUIs. Moreover, she willingly provides training on an extensive list of topics aimed to ensure conviction in cases other than her own. Due to her dedication in identifying erratic driving behaviors and intoxicated drivers, she keeps our area roadways safe. Please join me in congratulating, in her second year of receiving this honor, Corporal Patricia Cox of the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority. Our next awardee has been with the department since 2014 and was immediately drawn to the prevention of impaired driving. Just this year alone, an impressive 128 impaired drivers were caught by this officer for driving under the influence in his county, and over 500 for such during his 6-year career, more than 500 people. He's aided other officers and departments in DUI enforcement by becoming a drug recognition expert and an SFST instructor. Because of his dependable work ethic, this officer truly deserves to be recognized for his years in DUI enforcement. Please join me in congratulating Officer Patrick Kapp of the Montgomery County Department of Police. A recipient of this award for the 3rd consecutive year, this next nominee has been with his department for 9 years. During the course of his routine patrol duties, this officer has made 49 DUI arrests in 2019, arrests of alcohol-impaired drivers who may have otherwise caused harm in the Prince George's County community. Over his career, he's made several hundred such arrests. He frequently volunteers his time for sobriety checkpoints and saturation patrols, as well as teaching academy recruits the skills of the trade. As if that wasn't enough, this officer takes the initiative and attends trainings on his time off to become more proficient in impaired driving enforcement. This officer exemplifies the meaning of hard work and dedication, and for that very reason, we are recognizing his efforts today. Please join me in congratulating, in his 3rd year of receiving this honor, Corporal Thomas Kazakowski of the Prince George's County Police Department. This next awardee is considered by his supervisors to be a highly motivated individual within the Western District of the county he serves. In this year alone, he's made 100 DUI arrests and has been known even to make multiple DUI arrests during a single shift. Aside from working actively in impaired driving enforcement, he's a certified SFST instructor who mentors both new and experienced officers. Officers in his squad and even in his district look to him for guidance within the area of DUI detection due to his vast knowledge. In addition, he's also a breath alcohol instructor for the state of Virginia and teaches the BA operator course to other law enforcement officers around the state. Because of his willingness to succeed and exceed standards, he truly deserves to be recognized for his consistent hard work. Please join me in congratulating, in his 2nd year of receiving this honor, Officer Chad Mason of the Prince William County Police Department. Our next awardee has served as a police officer with the U.S. Capitol Police for 6 years and is currently assigned to the agency's Special Operations Division. This officer is an integral part of the department. He successfully completed the DWI detection and standardized field sobriety test program back in August of 2019. He regularly assists other officers in impaired driving prevention, including conducting 3 standard field sobriety tests, all of which lead to arrests. Not only does he frequently assist his fellow colleagues, he works with other law enforcement and other departments to curtail impaired driving on our roadways. In addition to his many achievements, he's amassed 7 DUI arrests this year. His impressive resume demonstrates the sheer determination of this individual when it comes to safety. Please join me in congratulating Officer Aram Karapetian of the United States Capitol Police. This next officer has consistently demonstrated a superior dedication in roadway enforcement efforts, actively patrolling, detecting, and arresting impaired drivers on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway, demonstrating a mastery of traffic enforcement on this particular stretch of road. For DUI, DWI arrests, he's amassed 24 and 5 arrests for reckless driving for this year. Likewise, he maintains advanced technical expertise in standard field sobriety field tests, radar and laser instructor, drug recognition expert, crash reconstructionist, and field training supervisor. Quite the list there. With his level of skill, he routinely assists other officers in combating impaired driving. His expertise and the steadfastness all contribute to a safer community. Please join me in congratulating, in his 3rd year of receiving this honor, Officer Christopher Gogarty of the United States Park Police. Our final officer being honored today patrols a great amount of roadway, which includes Interstate 495 in Fairfax County and the city of Alexandria. During his patrol, this motivated nominee has removed a total of 25 impaired drivers from the Commonwealth's roadways. In addition to the arrests, he issued a total of 674 summonses, which include 55 felony arrests, 158 arrests for misdemeanor criminal charges, and 15 narcotic arrests. Given all of his achievements, he exemplifies highly motivated and is eager to participate in all aspects of both traffic and criminal enforcement. Needless to say, this next awardee is kept busy day in and day out protecting our community. Please join me in congratulating Trooper Jordan Corvin of the Virginia State Police. Everyone honored today has shown such an incredible spirit, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your commitment to drinking and driving and combating underage drinking as well. Now back to RAP President Kurt Erickson.
Thank you, Melissa, and congratulations to all of this year's honorees. All of the officers honored today have demonstrated an outstanding commitment to the fight against drunk driving and underage drinking. On behalf of the Washington Regional Alcohol Program, I want to thank them for all they have done and wish them the best of luck in the future. Thank you as well to Congressman Connolly for further spotlighting the life-saving work done by these local crime fighters. Finally today, community support plays a vital role in the success of RAP and its programs like Sober Ride. Anheuser-Busch has been a generous partner supporting RAP initiatives for many years. In fact, just this fall, RAP awarded the company its 20th consecutive RAPPY Award for these efforts. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Anheuser-Busch's Director of Corporate Social Responsibility, Ashley Cahill, for a brief but welcomed, albeit virtual, check presentation.
Thank you, Kurt. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you virtually. I'm Ashley Cahill, and I lead Anheuser-Busch's responsibility programs. I'm humbled and honored to be included among so many law enforcement professionals and others who are out there every day doing the critical work to keep our streets safer and reduce the number of impaired driving incidents. It's been a most challenging year for our communities in many aspects, and it's important that we don't forget the role each of us can play in helping to build stronger, more vibrant, and more resilient communities, including by improving the safety of our roads and driving awareness of the issue of impaired driving. I've had the privilege of working on a range of safe ride programs around the country and consistently believe that RAP's Sober Ride program is truly best in class. Kurt's team continues to deliver impressive results, professionalism, and dedication year after year, and we're proud to continue to support them into 2021, along with our distributor partners. To wrap up, I want to acknowledge Anheuser-Busch's distributor partners in the DC area who have joined us in funding RAP's Sober Ride program and other alcohol responsibility efforts that are truly making a difference. Virginia Eagle, Bob Hall, Capital Eagle, and Montgomery Eagle. On behalf of Anheuser-Busch and our partners, I'm thrilled to virtually present a check for $25,000 to RAP to continue its great work into 2021. Thank you.
Wow, $25,000. Thank you, Ashley. RAP greatly appreciates your support and dedication to the cause. As you get ready to celebrate the upcoming holidays, think of the thousands of people and perhaps friends and loved ones who have been injured or killed in drunk driving crashes. Think of the innocent victims and their families. Also, circle back to rap.org in the days ahead as the nonprofit looks to see how it can offer its award-winning Sober Ride service in the face of a continuing, if not surging pandemic, at least on New Year's Eve, to serve as a most needed safety valve during that high-risk, high-alcohol consumption holiday. In the meantime, congratulations to today's awardees, and thank you for attending this online event. A full listing of today's honorees may be found on wrap.org. Have a happy and safe holiday season.